Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in tonight's live stream, well, it's going to be about my favorite, all-time favorite, that is, what is that we need to know currently as of this moment? Immediate guidance. So, if you had paid attention to the thumbnail, you would have saw three cards, which are as follow. Now, the first one, that is the King of Swords. The second card, that was the Two of Swords. And the third one we had, that is the Eight of Cups. Okay, so these three cards, they do affect the collective reading. They are the collective reading. The method I'm using for reading, that is a elemental dignities, or in other words, how the elements of these cards fuse together, how these cards in general fuse together, and they form one cumulative message. Okay, so these three one more time. And the collective message, which is what we need to know as of this moment, it is first and foremost, if you had been recently told, how can I put it into words, to delay stuff around, okay, to hold your pace, or rather like a slow down your pace, that advice was actually well given. It was actually well found, and also a well made. Why is that? Well, according to these three cards, especially these two that we do have here, which is the King of Swords and the Two of Swords, they do speak that there are still what to happen. There is still what to take place. There are some events that needs to manifest. They need to emerge. So you have a full grasp, and not just only full grasp, but also, can I put it into words, the entire information, so to speak, that does suffuse your situation, so you can make a well-informed decision what to do next and how to structure your plans in general. Because what is in front of us is a that right now it's the moment where we have to decide how to move forward, or in the next few days is the moment where we have to decide how to move forward. And that is why it's important that we haven't made a irreversible, or rather like irrevocable decision up until this point, because in the next few days, like I said, an important event is going to take place, or you're going to come up to a certain information that will help you to structure the plan, structure the maneuver, so to speak, which are going to be a very, very effective ones. Just give me a second here. All right. So yeah, which are going to be very, very effective, very, very effective ones. Another thing that we need to know is that if we think that recently we have been mistreated, like for example, being kept aside from a certain project or from a certain social circle, or we had been denied about something, while that doesn't have to be just justified, it's not personal. This is what those cards are saying. It's simply the people that are keeping us aside, or that are acting in a certain way, they are doing it purely for their best interest, not because they have a specific grudge toward us. That is also something that we need to know. But I want to backtrack to the first message of the cards, why that's the case, why right now it is best for us to kind of like hold down our horses. Well, because for what it seems and what those cards are showing is that there is a better venue of action in order to get a better results for the future, whether career-wise or whether relationship-wise as well. In fact, relationship-wise, next few days are very possible that we do attract people based on our outlook. It will have nothing to do with emotions. It is just going to be a sexual drive. So this is the collective of what we need to know. And now moving next is going to be for the 12 star signs. But before that, let me give you a few notes about the show. So in these live streams, I do 12 readings, one for each star sign, starting up from Aries, and I'm going to end up with a Pisces. For this show, I'm going to use that very same spread, Elemental Dignities. And if you are interested in a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below. And if you do enjoy the show, you can you can subscribe for the channel. And if you do enjoy it that much, you can also support the stream through Super Chat. Now, should you do that, then at the end of the stream, you're going to have your personal reading. That's pretty much guaranteed. If your super chat carries no inquiry whatsoever, the reading is going to be, what do you need to know as of this moment, as a subject of the stream itself. But you can put an inquiry with your super chat, which is a question, and I'm going to use my tarot cards to answer to your question. Okay. Not just only to God alone, Khalid, to the devil as well. So be careful. What are you saying? And bye-bye. Right. So with that said, starting up first, we do have Aries. Oh, thank you, Anna. All right, first card for Aries, that will be the Ten of Pentacles. Followed by the Page of Cups. Hello, Yasmin. And Mattia, welcome to the stream. And then we do have the King of Pentacles. So, according to these cards, especially these two as an elemental dignity, now these are a passive friends. They speak for you, Aries, that right now, all right, there is a person you know, and that is not just someone that you just recently met. That is someone you know for quite a while, that for one or another reason has a emotional attachment or emotional attraction towards you. Now, don't get this thing wrong. It could be because you are doing something right in their eyes, and say up until this point they were kind of like indifferent towards you. Now they really like what you are doing, maybe how you are dressing, maybe how you are acting, or how you are speaking. Bottom line is that they are getting to like you very much. And for these cards, what is can I put it into words, what is prominent for them, for these two, it is that this is a change of opinion. Now, up until this point, they either didn't like you, or like I said, they were indifferent. But now that person is seeing the difference in you. They are seeing that actually their first opinion, their first standpoint, their first impression, so to speak, was objectively wrong. And now, like I said, they are starting to get more and more emotionally attached to you. Now, where this is going to lead to, well, I'm leaving this to you, Aries. For some of you, is going to develop into a beautiful friendship. For others, is going to develop into a beautiful relationship. It could be also a business partnership, because that person may want and like to do business with you. But also these two cards carries on another message, right? These two that we do have. And that is that right now it will be best to examine what binds you, right? What keeps you attached. Where are your dependencies? And that is because for what those cards are saying is that there is going to be some kind of a change, right? That it is approaching. And the more bonds, the bigger bonds you do have right now, the more dependent you are from different entities, the less, how can I put it into words, less efficient is going to be your embarking into the future, according, or rather like in accordance to that particular change. That change is going to be an emotional one as well. It's going to affect you emotionally, so you're going to start freaking loving what is coming on the horizon, what is looming on the horizon actually. And some of those bonds you would wish to relinquish right away. Hopefully you're going to be able to do that. The other elemental dignity that we have here, okay, it's which is with the King of Pentacles. It kind of says that right now you do have the chance to reconcile with old friends, especially with old friends, and also to re-examine or to revisit certain old investments you did make, which you can resubsidize, or if you had passed on these investments before, right, and right now you do find them being very lucrative or very beneficial, so to speak, you can go back and rewind a little bit and redo the investment or make the investment this time around. So that was Aries. By the way, Mattia, thank you so much for your $20 PayPal support. Thank you, Mattia. At the end of the stream, you will have your oh, actually that was Yasmin, not Mattia. Yasmin, thank you so much for your $20. It's just because Mattia is doing the PayPal every time, and I instantly thought that it is her, but for now, Yasmin. Thank you, Yasmin. All right, at the end of the stream, you're gonna have your. Yeah, it's not from you. I just checked. So at the end of the stream, Yasmin, you're gonna have your personalized reading. What do you need to know as of this moment? So moving next, we do have Taurus. Well, thank you, Mattia. All right, first one for Taurus, that will be the Knight of Swords, followed by the Knight of Wands, and then it is the Page of Pentacles. Right, so what do you need to know? It is that you are up to something, or you are, how do you put it? You are on to something, not up to something, but you are on to something right now with these three cards. If you are keeping up the same pace, and if you do not change your direction, what do you need to know? It is that you are to uncover a thing, whether a secret, whether some kind of a plan, whether stumble some kind of an idea, but you are going to stumble into something that is going to pose a severe interest to you, and also is going to be the game changer, whether the game changer into your love life or whether the game changer into your career. But what happens here for you, Taurus, is that once that something is unraveled, again, for some of you is going to be secret, for others is going to be some kind of an opportunity, right? For third, it's going to be just a new path forward, whatever the case. But first of all, it's going to be very enthusiastic. It will be the most, how can I put it into words? Well, once you do look at that option available, it will be with no comparison. The passion of it is going to have no comparison with anything else that you can do right now. So that will be miles better in your mind in regards to anything else. And like I said, it's going to be a game changer. Completely is going to shift the structure of your values, right? So for example, and that is just an example, all right? So for example, you recently had lost your relationship, let's say that is just for example, right? And you do place that relationship on a high value, right? But in the next couple of days, if you keep up kind of like into the same social circle and so on and so forth, you ain't changing anything about your routine, it's highly likely that you are to stumble to a person that's it will be there is going to be an immediate attraction there, and you are to see that person in a higher value than your previous relationship that you had just lost. So that will instantly going to knock off the dais, so to speak, what you had lost, and now you're going to have something that you can gain. So that is something great. And another thing it is that it will be the thing that makes the most sense right now. I mean, the choice that you are to make that is going to make most sense, because as it's going to make most sense, also is going to be aligned fully with your emotions. So that simultaneously is going to be a path you want to take and a path that it is logically just the best that you can take as well. So you ain't going to go against any code of conduct. So like I said, is going to make sense. Now, should that be an effect of your love life? Just so you know, at the start, this interaction, this dates or whatever, I'm not saying that there will be no emotions there, but the passion is going to be dominant, all right? So even if there are emotions, they are going to be overshadowed by the passion and the physical attraction as well. One last thing I want to mention for you, Taurus, and what you need to know that is very important is that whatever you decide to do, guys, in the next few days, I hope you really want it, because for what those cards are showing, once you do involved with it, you have to play to the end, to the very, very end. So once you do invest yourself into something, you got to make sure that you're ready to see it through, all right? That you are determined, so to speak, to see it through. Hold on a second. All right, Mattia, thank you so much for your $20 now. PayPal support. And also, Jasmine, thank you for your $20 super chat. Thank you, Jasmine. At the end of the stream, you are going to have your personalized readings for what you need to know as of this moment. Yasmin, it's not to be confused with Jasmine. That is because we do have a support from Yasmin as well. Let me put you into the list, Jasmine. Right. Hello, Rihanna. Right, next, that will be Gemini. Pisces Moonbeam. That thing of the kidney crisis, right? The kidney stone, there is no bottom to it. I mean, the pain you can experience. Ooh. Every time they surprise me, right? Every time they surprise me, whenever I have them. So Gemini, the moon is your first card, followed by the 8 of Wands. And then the final one, that will be the 5 of Pentacles. All right, so that's an important one here. Let me take a sip first. So those three. So these cards are referring to your doubts, right? So what they are saying, and they are relating to, is your most recent decisions and as well actions, and the doubts. Have you did the right thing, or have you made the right choice? And the simple answer of those cards is yes, you did it. All right. And your doubts for what those cards are showing here is because, according to your sight and to your view, currently things aren't going not like exactly like planned. They're just not going your way. And there is a reason for that. But before I go to the reason, currently you may be considering different routes, right? Different, or other routes, different options available, different tricks of the trade, so to speak, so you can make yourself better, so you can make your environment better, and even bail out of your choice or of your actions, which is going to be the wrong move here. Now, according to these cards, you shouldn't deviate from the path you had chosen. You should not bail out on your previous actions or of your previous choice, because if there was the right thing to do, that was it. Okay, if there was the right thing to do, for example, you may had left your job and now you are regretting that. Well, it was the right thing to do. Maybe you decided to invest into a certain relationship, and now you have doubt about that. Well, it was the right thing to do, right? Whatever you decide to do, it was the right thing to do. And you are facing difficulties right now because you are trying to, according to these cards, that is, you're trying to face it with your old lifestyle, which is impossible. All right, you have made a very big transition. In a big, I mean from a desert, you jumped into the ocean. So you can't survive in the ocean trying to use your survival tricks that you learned in the desert. That is just a figuratively speaking, all right? And your lifestyle needs can I put it into words, adjustments, right? So in the next few days, it's going to be best for you, Gemini, to analyze what of your lifestyle, whether a habit, whether a standpoint, way of thinking, behavior, whatever, okay, it just doesn't correspond. Is something that creates more hassle than actually helps, if it helps at all. Because any problems that you are facing right now, they are just trifles, and what makes it big, or what makes them big, is the lifestyle that you are facing them with. Okay, and that lifestyle needs to be changed. So that is literally what you need to know, that you had made the right move recently. All right, next we do have Cancer. The High Priestess for Cancer, followed by the Three of Swords. And the third one for you, Cancer, that will be the Six of Swords. So these three. All right. Well, the message is pretty mundane, for a lack of better words. And hello, Lady Libra. And that is that currently things are gonna be just fine. That's kind of the message. The message is that there isn't a thing you can do unless drastic. All right, that is another thing. Unless drastic, that can jeopardize your family, your relationship, or your career as well. Of course, if tomorrow you go at work and you kind of like beat up your boss, of course you're gonna get fired, but that's a drastic, out of character kind of behavior. If you are acting according to your character and you don't do anything drastic, things are gonna go just fine. In fact, that is what the cards are advising you. That is what you should need to know right now. That it's gonna be best to kind of like sit tight, okay, and do what you are supposed to do what you have signed up for, right? Especially career-wise. Now, these cards have a little bit of a different message for those of you who are single. Couple of messages for those of you who are single. For those of you who are single but you are already having a person that you're going out with, okay, you are not in a relationship but you're going out with, you have a serious interest into that person, you need to know that that's the person, at least for the time being. That is what those cards are saying. And for those of you who are not having any person around you, all right, it's about to come. So the next one that you have interest into and they have interest into you as well, you need to know that that's the woman or the guy. And the last thing here is that whatever you have been told in a negative way, like for example, that you suck, or for example that you stand for nothing, right, you are not good for anything, and so on and so forth, you need to know that this is not true according to these cards. And even if there is a fair portion of criticism, highly exaggerated from the other side. So do not allow these negative thoughts to destroy your mind. All right, so that was for Cancer. Now, a couple of minutes, guys, to catch up my breath, and then the next four star signs are gonna come around. But if you are interested into a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which link you're gonna find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you will see full list of my services and also their pricing. And if you do decide to support the stream and the channel through Super Chat, you are gonna have a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much guaranteed. Should your Super Chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be that very same format I am doing for the star signs, the elemental dignities reading. What's going on? All right, next that will be Leo. All right, first one, we do have Judgment, followed by the Sun. And the last one for Leo, that is going to be the Tower card. These three. And these three, they can, in a such in such an arrangement, they can literally represent anything good and unexpected, right? So consider it that's an unexpected good fortune, like an unexpected wild card, like an unexpected way out, for example, is going to be bestowed upon you, right? So they can, for example, off the top of my head, these cards could stand for unexpected pregnancy. They could stand for unexpected lottery win, right? They could stand, for example, a unexpected promotion, unexpected interaction, whatever the case, all right? Something quite unexpected here. So under unexpected, I mean you haven't worked for it, okay? You have no intentions to have it, but alas, you have it. And it will prove to be the best thing that's recently happened to you, for what those cards are showing. And if it touches your career, it promises a lot of money, all right? If it touches your social circle, it promises a lot of happiness. Should it touches your love life, it promises obviously a lot of love and happiness as well. And basically it will be like the last piece of the puzzle. So especially for you, Leo, that feel that you are feeling that your life kind of like, it's not like it's wasted, but there is something missing in it, like that, you know, you still have what to accomplish, but you don't know why, or rather like what. There you go. I mean, you're gonna have it on a platter in the next few days. It's going to be pretty hard to miss it, right? In fact, you ain't going to have much of a choice but to take it, or to at least experience it. And like I said, it will be the how do you call it, the jail-free card, especially if you're finding yourself in a very, very tough spot right now. But definitely is going to be a hell of a change. Definitely it's going to make your future much more clear, and as well much more easier for you. All right, so next that will be Virgo. Queen of Swords for you, Virgo, followed by the King of Pentacles. That's the Four of Pentacles, I'm sorry. So that's the Four of Pentacles. And the final one, that is going to be the Sun. So these are the three cards. Yeah. And literally there are messages: without investing, things aren't going to work out. Okay. They do touch those kind of aspects of your life that if you do involve yourself into, it will be inconvenient for you. So maybe you are waiting things to kind of like resolve themselves on their own accord, or the problem, if it is a problem or a plight, for example, to go away without you trying to solve it, etc., etc. But these things ain't happening. Okay, so if you do want to get the job done, you gotta invest into it. You gotta get outside of your so-called a comfort zone. All right. So you have to tackle with the inconvenience, because for what those cards are showing, whatever the problem, whatever the target, you can have it your way. So in other words, you can push the things through, you can solve the problem, and you will solve the problem if you do invest yourself into it. You can reach the target or meet the target if you do invest yourself into it. But yeah, again, it's going to be kind of kind of inconvenient, an inconvenient in the sense of that it will feel like you are sacrificing certain portion of your future in order to get something else done, right? That's at that point you may not know why do you need it, and you do need it for a few reasons. First is going to prove itself to be crucial for your growth, like expanding energies of growth. And second, it will help you to mend certain relationships as well. So for different people of you, it's going to be a different subject, different kind of problem, different kind of target, right? But whatever the case, it is related to people that you are having grievances with. And once you do solve the problem or meet the target, those grievances gone. In fact, that will be an amazing friendship afterwards, where you are going to feel very, very happy into. And for single people, your physique is going to attract. I don't know why this is coming up in the cards. I guess next few days it will be completely based on physique. So all of us guys, the best raiments we have, the best makeup we do, right, the best appeal that we can put, it's gonna do wonders if we do want to start dating, for what it seems, because it came up literally in every single star sign up until now, except maybe Aries, right? But the physical approach is gonna be, or rather like the physical appeal is going to be huge. And one last thing here, if you do have children, according to these cards, that is, try to make them happy. They want a console, gaming console. They do want some kind of a doll. They want some kind of a, attire. If you can afford it, don't punish them by not buying it, because making your children happy, what those cards are showing, is going to make you as well extremely happy, guys. All right, next we do have Libra. Hey, Shanna. And Zebra, welcome to the stream. The death card for Libra. The second one, that will be, oh my god, the Ace of Pentacles. And the final one is going to be the Five of Pentacles. Wow. Huge. Huge. For Leo, it was a big one. It was bigger than this one, but that is also huge, all right? So what do you need to know, Libra, is that... hello, Treehouse. How can I put it into words? The moves you're planning to make, they will prove to be doubly, triply, tenfoldly successful. Okay? And what moves I'm talking about? Moves to relinquish. So, for example, you are planning to abandon your current household and to find another one, or rather like moves to replace, right? You are planning to replace or even straight away relinquish your current, well, it's a replacement as well, your current habit of smoking with, for example, exercising, right? It's generally your plans to walk away from what doesn't work for you anymore. It's gonna prove itself, like I said, or like those cards are showing, tenfold successful. It will get you rid of so many problems, right? And it's gonna be tough. So this isn't going to be a walk in the park, right? For example, that may be a business that you had invested up until this point quite a lot, and you feel entitled, or rather like obliged, I don't know the exact word that I should use here, but you kind of feel obliged to keep on investing into it because you had invested so much, right? Just until this point. So that will be the moment where you do overcome that feeling and you just say, you know what, enough, it's enough, I'm walking away from it. And it is not like just only gonna plug the holes, but also it seems that you will find a better, this time around, successful thing to invest your money, time and efforts into it. Same thing could be related to your love life. Now, let's say that you do, you are emotionally invested into a person that doesn't pay attention to you, right? They just don't have the same feelings toward you. And it may be hard for you to pull yourself away from it, but as soon as you do, you are going to find someone that this time around is going to answer your feelings right back. But that's the thing, you have to, what do you do recognize that doesn't work for you? It's not going to work for you, right? Even if it is hard to detach, it's going to be good for you to do so. I'm not saying you must, but it's going to be for you to do so. That is what you need to know, because there are better things for you to invest yourself into, to invest your money, your time, your efforts, your love tenfold. And like I said, that is going to solve so many problems of yours. These problems are just going to vaporize right away. All right, next we do have Scorpio. Knights of Cups is the first one, followed by the Magician, and the last one, that will be the Devil. All right, so that could speak for a few things. Oh, a second. Now, the first thing that we should be aware of, it is that there is an individual, and that is from these two cards, there is a person who really wants us. Okay, they do really want us. It's not just only a wish, it's like it's yearning. It's an instinct towards us. All right. Now the problem, the Magician standing here. Now, whether they don't know how to say it or how to make their approach, or whether what they are saying to us, promises, for example, empty, and it is not a lie, right? This is different. So what they are saying or promising, because it's going to have a promising incentive, like it will be a how can I put it into words, futuristic, like directed toward the future. It's not like they don't mean it, right? It's not like they don't want to do it. The thing is, with the Magician standing there, it kind of means that they don't have whether the expertise, whether the resources, or whether the idea whatsoever how to do it. They really want to do it, but now that's one thing that we should need to know. The other thing that we should need to know is that right now we can literally do what we want, rather like acquire what we want. It's going to take a lot of efforts though, right? It's going to take a lot of efforts. But if we are determined, there is nothing that can stop us. And it's not that we can get what we want because it's meant for us to get it, right? but it is because we are going to work for it. We're going to take it because we can take it. Now, that's a big difference here, right? Next few days in regards to you, Scorpio, there is no luck in there. Anything you want, you have to extend your hand toward it. You want to date with someone, you gotta call that guy or a woman, all right? You want a promotion, you have to ask for it. You want to be alone, you just have to say to anyone that contacts you, because there are going to be people that contacts you, that you want to be left alone, all right? So for anything you want, you have to work for it. But whatever you want, you can accomplish. That's a big thing, right? So no lazy people. I was about to say something else, but no lazy people, all right? Laziness, it's not going to be rewarded with anything. And one last thing, what do you need to know, guys? Your authority, it's not authority. Your presence, it's not even a presence. Your power, it's going to be undeniable, right? So you will have the power to basically influence the circumstances in your situations, in other people's situations as well. So whatever you want goes, but again, you have to put the work behind. Hello, Angela. Welcome to the stream. Bree, welcome to the stream as well. I am feeling better. Yes, much better. A couple of minutes, and the last 4 star signs are going to be conducted. And if you do wish a personal reading with me, guys, you can always go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below. There on the very front page, you will see a full list of my services and also their pricing. But if you do enjoy the show and you do decide to support the stream and the channel through super chats, you're going to have a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much guaranteed. And should your super chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be that very same format I just did for the star signs, for 3 card, elemental dignity spread. Well, Shannon, the thing about her condition, it is that there is no middle ground there. It's either worst of the worst and just right away becomes like it never happened, right? That's the thing about her condition. Because I'm having these things few times a year, and I very much know what she's going through, and believe me, I never felt anything like it. I mean, whomever tells me that they have been through pain and that was not their kidney, they don't know what that pain, what pain is. They don't know what pain is, really. That is true pain, man. Yeah, then you know what I'm talking about. First time it happened to me is freaking scary because you don't know what's going on, and it hurts like, oh my god. It's like I said, there is nothing like it. And the first thing that crossed my mind back then, I remember, I thought that I bursted an intestine because I couldn't figure out what else could be, right? Yeah. And another thing, Jen, it is that birth pain, it comes and goes, right? You do have these contractions every minute or so. Kidney crisis, it doesn't comes and goes. It squeezes you and it holds for hours. It's so bad. And in my country, they don't give us pain meds, right? If you do want a pain meds, you got to be admitted into a hospital. There is such kind of a clinic pattern or whatever you call it. So whether you get yourself admitted into a hospital for about a couple of weeks, because that is how much it takes to take the stone out if it is a large one, right? Or you can suffer through it at home. It's your choice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, morphine is not ideal for pain relief. Because in order morphine to work, you must have a completely functional nervous system, right? If the pain is, for example, the pain is coming from your nerves, like you have a nerve damage, the morphine may not work. I'm saying may not work. Again, I'm not saying medical professional. Yeah, they are. All right. Moving next, that will be Sagittarius. No, Pisces Moonbeam. The morphine is not strongest, right? Morphine actually it's one of the weakest analgesics. Okay, opioid analgesics. You have morphine, then you do have stronger than morphine is hydromorphone. Then stronger than hydromorphone is oxymorphone, or rather like hydrocodone is stronger than morphine, oxycodone is stronger than hydrocodone. Then you do have a hydromorphone, which is stronger than oxycodone. And then you do have oxymorphone, which is about 150 times stronger than morphine, right? So oxymorphone is the strongest thing out there that I know. And that thing, it's when you do have surgery, one of the ways that they give you the pain relief that you don't feel anything, it's the oxymorphone. Yeah, hydromorphone, but you're taking small dosages. The problem with the hydro and oxymorphone it is that they have a very short duration, like they do have a couple of hours to maybe 6 hours of duration. It's different for every organism. So morphine is by far not the strongest opioid analgesic out there. There are far stronger than that. For example, oxycodone is about 7 to 10 times stronger than morphine. Hydrocodone is about 3 times stronger than morphine. All right, Sagittarius, first one, that will be the Queen of Swords, followed by the Knights of Pentacles. And then the last one for you guys, that will be the Ten of Pentacles. So these three. The message is quite simple for Sagittarius according to these cards, and that is that actually the messages are a couple of messages. One is very sound, and it says that no one does it by themselves. So you definitely, according to these cards, you do definitely, guys, need a help. It's not even a help, it could be partners, right? You definitely need help or a partners. And the other thing that these cards are saying right now, it is that you are overcomplicating things, in a sense of that taking too much of an actions to get one thing done, while you can get it done with a far fewer maneuvers, so to speak. So bottom line here is that you gotta be a bit more braver, right? You gotta be a bit more, I don't want to say the word reckless, but kind of is. And the other thing it is that those cards are saying, it is that it seems that you are not using everything you have on your disposal, right? And it's just, you have to become a little bit more emancipated with your surroundings. You gotta be a little bit more aware of what you can take advantage of. It doesn't matter if it feels ethical or not. Bottom line is, can it get the job done? And if can, then it is something you should use. Very, very simple, but very, very practical message for you. All right, next, that will be Capricorn. Well, Jen, this is what opioid analgesics do. They get you fuzzy. They get you happy. That is how they fight pain. All right, first one for Capricorn, that will be the Six of Wands. Second one, that will be the Magician. And the third one, we do have the Moon card. those three. Mm. Okay, so your message here, Capricorn, is that you can dash for some side results. It is the best way how I can explain it here. Under side results, I mean results which are not going to affect in any way, you know, your future. So these are like just off the top of my head, right? Party with people. That is just from again from the top of my head. Partying with random people is not going to affect in any way your future. It's just having a good time, right? That is what those cards are showing here. Having a good time is something that you should invite right now in your life, and also learning. Okay. How can I put it into words? Learning a peripheral skill which may help but is not going to alter in any way your future. One more time, it's a little bit underwhelming for a Capricorn, but if you do open up yourself for the possibilities here, guys, you can have a true peak of experiences into the next few days, a very, very happy time, which you are to consider quite of a win, right? Quite of a success. To me, what those cards are speaking about, okay, is some kind of private jobs. That is the first thing that came to my mind once I saw those cards. Some kind of private jobs which does relate to talents you do have, which your main line of work does not require at all. Let's say that you are a lawyer, but you are very into astrology, right? And that's your hobby. Well, you may do some readings aside, getting... it's not even about the money, but to feel successful in that line of work, right? And having a good time as well. That is not going to alter your law career in any way. Okay, so that is something you can do. That is what you need to know, because the talents you do have which you're not using right now, actually they will prove to be quite of a winner for you. I mean, you are far more skilled, so to speak, than you are assessing yourself at that particular moment. All right, Aquarius. That for kidney stones, orange juice. Never heard that. Okay, never heard that. A specialist, nephrologist, okay, because nephrologists are those who are specializing in kidney and urinary tract in general. Told me, and they really know what they're talking about. The best things to pass a stone, aside from meds, which are called spasmolytics, okay, warm beer. And when I say warm beer, I mean really, really warm beer. It's disgusting, but it works like a charm. That's one thing. And vodka, that's the other. Oh, you mean not to form them? Yeah. Orange juice, that's the more, how can I put it into words, the more pleasant one. But the real thing, it's lemon juice, kind of like lemon, right? You make a juice from it, and that's kind of that counteracts formation of kidney stones. Thank you, Karen, for your $3 support. Let me put you into the stream. No, 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 not lemon water. I talk about lemon juice. That's different than lemon water. All right, Three of Swords for Aquarius. Then it is the Two of Pentacles. And the third one is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. Those three. Rising Aquarius am I. I hate that. Yeah, but it works like a charm for not allowing kidney stones to form. All right, so thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. I mean, yeah, we fucked up. I'm saying we because I'm Aquarius too. We do fucked up, and that is what we need to know. It is that it's as bad as we think it is. Okay, it's as bad as we think it is. And good thing about those cards is that it can't get any worse because it's pretty much over. Okay, it's pretty much over, and it's gonna be best. That is what we need to know. It's gonna be best to kind of like focus ourselves on the future. Those cards here are speaking is that currently we can't change anything. We can't do anything about it. Okay, and we definitely cannot make the things better. So it will be best to just move on to the next thing and forget that anything ever happened, right? That doesn't mean that we have to sever ties. Let me give you an example. Let's say that we failed a certain project, okay? Doesn't mean that we have to quit our job. Just kind of like jump onto the next thing and pretend that this project never happened. Don't talk about it. Don't look at it. Don't pull a paper on it. Just forget about it. Okay. Let's say that you had a fight with your girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, right? Just forget about that fight. Move on to the next subject. Do the next thing. Okay, that doesn't mean that you have to break up with the guy or with the woman, right? Because on that subject, which things went bad, like I said, we can't change anything. We cannot get things better, right? We cannot fix it. That is the message from these cards, and that's about it for Aquarius. Yeah, if you are criticized, guys, if you are given kind of like the harsh treatment, even bounding with mental cruelty, they are right, unfortunately. So Pisces Moonbeam, whatever criticism you do have toward me or you are planning to give me, for example, I admit that you are right. Pre-orderly, I admit that you are right. All right, so last but not least, that will be Pisces. Knight of Swords, first one for Pisces, followed by the Seven of Wands. Not to the bank. Next few days. All right. In fact, it had been already given. So what kind of a criticism I had been given recently? I can't remember. And then it is the Knight of Pentacles. So these three here. All right, Pisces, your adversaries, and I mean hidden adversaries, they are going to flush themselves out or flush themselves out. So next couple of days, you will kind of like gonna be shocked to find one of snakes you consider, I don't want to say friends, but some of them you will consider being friends. A weasels, all right? What kind of a weasels you have surrounded yourself with? And I'm not talking about that this is going to be valid for everyone, for everybody you know, right? But you are definitely going to be surprised how one or another is going to turn themselves to be a weasel. And so OBS stopped for a second. All right. So again, instead of like bursting out and can I put it into words? Kind of like wasting your opportunity, so to speak. It will be mindful for you to wait for the right moment. Just to give you an example, you'll find out that you do have that coworker who is kind of like sabotaging the project you all are working at. So what you're gonna benefit from if you kind of like address that person at a random place at a random time isn't going to be better to address that person and to address what they're doing on the business meeting with the boss, right? So don't act impulsively. That's my point for what those cards are saying here. But there is going to be definitely a perfect time, a perfect moment for you to expose the scheme, to expose that person, to expose what they're doing, or to expose these people. So you gotta be kind of like I don't want to say even opportunistic. That is more, it more relates to doing things with a certain benefit. And yeah, it's going to be complicated in a sense of that you will have to come up with a complicated plan in order to take the best out of it, to take the best out of the situation. But you can definitely pull this thing through. And another thing here, it is that whatever you do want to do, there is going to be a perfect storm for it, like a perfect circumstances for it, for a short period of time, small window of opportunity. So for that reason, you gotta have yourself ready to jump into action any moment, at any place for the next few days. So that was for a Pisces. And now a couple of minutes and the super chat is going to be conducted. So anyone who supported and decides to support the stream through super chat, you guys are going to have your readings in a couple of minutes. Yeah, something happened. My streaming software just stopped feeding YouTube with data. It was just for a couple of seconds, and now everything seems okay. So it could be a YouTube issue, right? It could be that YouTube stopped receiving for some reason. server crash, that could be the case. Well, I don't know if that's my place to say, but I know I'm not gonna say it. Ah, let's check it out, Karen. I hope not. I don't need any problems right now. It could be very well the case. Those are the cards. And so, because the rider could be a news, right? The rider could be a news, or it could be new. It could stand for both things. But the other two cards are, there is no way mistaking them. The first one stands for domain, right? And the second one, it stands for love. So domain, news, or new, love, all right? So someone from my domain, it's either going to confess their feelings for me, or there will be a new person in my domain who will have feelings for me. Maybe better half. I really hope so, right? But any kind of person is gonna be my better half. What I mean is that it doesn't take much to top that one off. All right, so that was my super chat. Let me get the tarot cards for personal readings. Hold on a second. Well, truth be told, I don't care, right? Because it's going to be from the other side. That said, it's not going to hurt me in any way. So it's not going to be like I'm going to fall in love and then I'm going to get denied. If someone is to be denied, it's not going to be me. All right, Pisces Moonbeam, to your question, compromises and also respect. Karen, to you, we do have the Seven of Cups. So what do you need to know, Karen? It is that your targets are, hey Jennifer, so your targets, Karen, they are real. What I mean is that you can definitely get there, but according to the cards, it will take more time and more effort than you are anticipating. So the targets are real, but the anticipation how to get to those targets, it's kind of like unrealistic. And in the next few days, just prepare yourself to get disappointed about one or two things, seeing that they're not going to happen as easy or as fast as you may think they will. All right, next, Yasmin. Yasmin, Seven of Wands is your first one, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. The third one, that is going to be the Page of Pentacles. Those three. Give me a second here, because all of the cards just went to the ground. Yasmin, I don't usually like to talk about those things because it sounds like a fraud. You know, frauds are generally speaking like that. As soon as I hear someone talking about those things, I immediately know that they're fraud. But these cards, they relate the most toward blockages, okay? And these blockages could be many things. Now, the most prominent of them, for what those cards are showing here, are values, and can I put it into words? Values and I would say it that way, targets. Okay, like for example, you are valuing one thing, or rather like putting a value that is way overpriced than actually it should be, and that keeps you stuck. All right, it keeps you not being able to move on, or to move forward, or to move with a pace fast enough so you can consider yourself successful. And those values could be, it's very possible that those values could be enforced on you by others. It could be from your parents, it could be from your social circle, all right, that you totally don't have to follow, right? You totally don't have to aim that way. And those values, they're, like I said, they're holding you back. So I strongly suggest you to reassess the people you are interacting with, colleagues, business partners, friends especially, and see, are the values you do have are not values which are imposed on you by them? And if so, then it's time for you to forge your own friendships and your own values. So that is something you need to know. Other than that, on a more practical level right now, almost nothing is worth it. All right, so it is best to adopt the standpoint of sustenance rather than the standpoint of acquisition, at least for the next couple of days. Tiona Worldwide something, thank you so much for your $5. Thank you. Stay a little bit longer and you're going to have your personalized reading of what is that you need to know right now. Other than that, it's going great. Thank you. Thank you, Tiona. Oh, you're welcome, Yasmin. All right, next, Mattia. First one for you, Mattia. Queen of Swords, followed by Justice. Oh my God, then the next one. Mattia, do you have a lot of work coming up in the next few days? Those three cards. Because it seems that you are killing it. You are gonna kill it. So what they speak, it is that you are gonna have a lot of things to handle. A lot of aspects to juggle in between. You don't know. Well, for what those cards are showing, you will. Because what they speak about it is that you're gonna face, it's not even a conundrum, right? It's more like a, well, it will feel like you don't have enough time. You would wish that the day is 27 hours instead of a 24 hours for what those cards are showing. And at some point you may even question yourself, are you going to be able to make it through? And yes, you are going to be able to make it through with a flying colors on top of that. That is what you need to know on one side. Now, on the other, it is that your choices, right, the decisions that you are going to make in the next few days, there will be, the word is not accurate. There will be like an adjudication, okay, where it will serve you and everyone else to the best of the decision can provide, and everyone is gonna get what they deserve. That includes you. But the next few days are days of wins, the days of prevailing, days of success, and also days of doing your bidding or making people to do your bidding as well. Because it seems that once you do tackle with someone, say a client, say a friend, say a family member, you're immediately gonna know what they want and how you can use that to your advantage as well. Whether you're gonna use it or not is entirely up to you, Mattia, but for what those cards are showing, use it, okay? But it seems that, again, whatever you are to try to accomplish in the next few days, you will be able to accomplish it. And the last thing that you need to know, it is that it will be best, or rather like it will benefit you a lot if you take care of your health. Not that you do have any health issues, tarot cannot predict that. You may or you may not have any, but what the cards are saying, it is that any health procedure, like a diet, like a workout, like whatever, is going to have a how can I put it into words, a amplified effect on you. So that will help you a lot as well. But yeah, that's understanding into the human nature is going to be a huge huge trump that you will have, huge A's on your behalf. All right, next, Jasmine. The devil. Afterward is the Ace of Wands. And the next one, that will be the Nine of Cups. So Jasmine, I don't know what kind of a situation you are in, or situations, plural, with those cards, okay? But what do you need to know? It is that your happiness, and in fact, anything you want to fulfill yourself with, you already have. All right, and if you are not fulfilled, that is because the potential is yet unfold. So what do you need to know, Jasmine, for what those cards are showing is that you gotta focus on what you already have as an opportunities rather than to seek a new opportunities. However, if you do decide to seek new opportunities, you're also going to have a moderate success with them. So for example, that is, now I'm going to give you an examples. If you do want to have a relationship, I don't know if you are single or not, but say you are single and you want to have a relationship. Now, instead of looking into new social circles, right, into new ways of getting to know people, those cards are saying that in your current assets, whether knowing people or whether how to get to know people or social circles, there are people that you can get very accustomed with and very happy with, right? Say it's about job and you want to find yourself job. Now, with your current skills and options available, you can find an amazing job. You don't have to acquire any more new skills or pre-qualify yourself. That is how that is the narrative of these cards. Okay, so bottom line here is that you have everything you need to be happy, but you have to work with it, because according to them, happiness isn't granted. Happiness is something you sustain and maintain rather all the time. Okay, so for example, again, if you are in a relationship, your current relationship have everything it needs to be functional and to make you happy, but you have to put your work into it in order to sustain it. That is literally how these cards read. So that is what you need to know. And Tiona? Yeah, it's a blessing. but it is one of these blessings that you have to just, how can I put it into words? You just have to stop searching. For the moment, I mean. All right, Tiona, your card, Three of Cups. So what you need to know, Tiona, is that if you had recently started something, okay, you are about to see results into it. And another thing that you need to know is that your vision is shared vision. What I mean, it is that if you do have an idea, if you do have anything you want to put on an exposure into, say you have your business in, you have a product that you are going to launch, okay, it will be faced with a lot of positivity from those around you, from your fan base, social circle, clients in general. And it seems that, how can I put it into words, Tiona? You will have an initial progress in the next few days. So all that it relies on you from there on moving forward, it is to keep up the good job. And on a personal level, whatever you feel, at least right now, well, that modeling, well, that's great. Then whatever you model for or the way you look is going to be very well perceived. Okay, that is how the card stands. It's going to be very well perceived, and it's just people, I don't want to say that they're going to see you in your best light, and that is going to be the peak of your career, but it will be one of the better times, right? It's just people are going to, the majority of people, let's say 90%, they are going to like how you look and what you are modeling, what you are exposing out there. And on a personal level, there will be shared emotions. What I mean is that if you do like someone, that person is going to like you. If you do love someone, or you are start falling in love with someone, that person is going to love you or start falling in love with you as well. Hello, B. Welcome to the stream, but unfortunately the stream is ending now. And I want to say thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for your generosity. If you do like and enjoyed the show, don't be shy to like the live stream and share it with your friends if you think that that's going to help them in any way. And with that said, we're going to see each other Monday. And until then, bye.